good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within.
Hey friends, it's Darcy. Welcome back to my channel. And today is a really exciting video. I say that about every video, but it is because I haven't done a video like this in a while, which it's, as you can see from the title, a work day in my life. So I started a new full-time job a week and a half ago, and I'm starting to get into a routine, and my life is definitely like very different now in terms of like the structure, my day-to-day. So I thought it'd be fun to do like a little vlog. This is kind of how it's going to be for the moment until I start classes in the fall, and then my routine will probably shift a little bit again. But essentially, if you don't know, I am working for a tech company based in California, and I live in New York, so obviously like a 3-hour difference. So remote work has been really good to me, I feel like, overall, and the time change is sort of in my favor because I'm not a morning person. So most of my meetings start 11 a.m. or noon my time. Today my first meeting is at noon, so it gives me the morning to like kind of get going, you know, get ready, check my email, check messages, all of those things, look over the day before I have to get into meetings, and then hopefully by the meeting I'm like cognizant because I'm just not a morning person. So it's kind of worked in my favor. And then I'll just work a little bit later for the moment until, since I don't have class in the evenings right now, I can, you know, kind of work a little bit later than someone else might for the East Coast time. So I'll be working usually till like 6:30 or so, which is fine with me. Sorry, that was a notification. But yeah, it's been really good. So I'm just fully remote, and I will be long term, which it's really nice that that's an option. So I have a whole work from home setup now, giant monitor and laptop and everything, which has been very nice. So yeah, it's just like a very different lifestyle than anything I've done before, because last time I was full-time was in the office, and then been doing school partly remote but still partly in person. So just haven't met anyone who I'll be working with, and probably won't for a long time, which is interesting. But it's been really good so far. So I just wanted to show what my life is like working remote in tech right now, but living in New York and everything. And yeah, I have to really prioritize like getting out. So as you saw, I went and grabbed coffee this morning. One, good for caffeination because I need the caffeine to do the work and make the money so that I can buy the coffee. But then two, also just gets me out in the morning, which is really good. So I don't do it every day because obviously that would add up, but I let myself do it a couple times a week or so. And today there's like a lot of meetings, so I just want to make sure I'm fully caffeinated to the best of my ability and refreshed, because I feel such a huge difference in my mental health when I literally step outside in New York, especially living in Manhattan, that it just feels like so energizing. So I do try and get out on a walk at least once a day, even if it's just to run an errand or get a coffee or whatever. But it definitely makes a huge difference. So at least got my walk in this morning, and I might do one after work today as well. So that's what we're up to. Yeah, so I am gonna have meetings most of the day, but and obviously I'm not going to talk about like my work, confidential, whatever, but this is what I've been up to. So my life has definitely changed in a good way, definitely a good shift, and we'll see how things go once I have school again in the fall. But you know, we're making it work, and it's gonna be good. It's now about 2:30. I've had meetings the last few hours, and I'm gonna take a little lunch break between meetings since the meeting I was just in ended a little early, thankfully. Wasn't sure when I was gonna eat otherwise. And then I have like 3 back-to-back meetings the rest of the day, which sometimes my days haven't been like that, but sometimes it's a lot of sitting in meetings. So gotta take right now to get some lunch, and then have those meetings, finish up the day with a few different things. But so it's a busy day, but I also like when days are busy because then I feel like it, you know, goes by and you keep doing the things, and it's really good. And the coffee helps. Alright, it is 6:45 and I am just about done for the day. Finished up with meetings about an hour ago. Then I was like finishing up some ideas that I need to jot down after said meetings. And yeah, things are like starting to really pick up. Things are going really well, and my like tasks are gonna start picking up here soon, which is really exciting. And I obviously can't like talk too much about it, but yeah, things are good. And now usually at the end of the day I'm pretty, you know, brain dead, you know, using so much focus all throughout the day. So usually I try and like get out on a walk or something if possible, or if I'm just like super exhausted, then I'll literally just like stay at home and watch TV. But I do need to go to the grocery store, and I don't really feel like it, but I also know it would get me out, and I'm just out of a few things. I'm just like constantly going to the grocery store. I feel like my dad says it's very European of me, but with a small fridge, and I just like eat a lot of the same things over and over again, and then I run out of them. It's just the way it's been, so I've been going like twice a week or so. And I ran out of bagels, which is what I have almost every day for breakfast, so I need to go get those. But it will be good to get out, and this time of day is like really nice, and the weather's actually pretty nice. It's been in the 90s so much recently, but it's been like upper 70s, low 80s today, which is much better. And it wasn't super humid out when I went out this morning, but we'll see how it is right now. In general though, the summer's been awful, so any day that's not 90 and humid or rainy is a win in my book.
This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses.
It is now the time of day where I let myself do whatever I feel like, because I worked hard and done chores, and now it's just time to unwind and relax and enjoy the last few hours of the day to myself. So I've been watching some Gilmore Girls, which I usually watch a comfort show in the evening or before bed. I'm reading a little New York Times right now, just some updates that I missed throughout the day. And I might watch a new show potentially. I've been watching a new show as of recently, so might start one, might not. And then usually before bed I'll like read, you know, not have screen time and stuff right before I fall asleep. But for now I still have a little bit, and yeah, sometimes I'll go on TikTok. You know, that's how it is.